Hey guys, what is up? I'm here on my Minecraft build. I continued a few little things, and one of those was the giant castle you just saw a second ago. And well, I'm gonna give you a little tour here. There are two little ways here. We can go down the jungle right there, and eventually end up at a secret little passage that you're not supposed to be able to go through unless you have like extremely high arcana in my D&D story, of course. And the other way is right here, going straight to the front door, and well, they kind of expect you. They kind of expect you there when you pass by this road. So there you can kind of see in the distance already a little bit of the mountain from the castle. That's a little pathway up there. Let me show you in a second. Jesus, I'm slow. Okay, let's go. Let's run a little faster here. I made the pathway as broken as possible. It's not supposed to be like a regularly used one, because of course the castle is a big ruin, and you probably noticed that there's not a lot of color differences inside the castle. That is because, well, it's a ruin, and it was of a fortress entirely made of stone. To keep like intact with the lore from my campaign, I tried to keep it as accurate as possible as I had it in my mind for my players. So there you go. Now eventually we'll be up here on the front door right there, and we can enter here. So the entrance is like this main gate connected to these two rooms, and let me show you what it looks like. This is supposed to be blood. There's no other texture for blood, so I used redstone kinda, and that's where two dead dogs are actually attached to. They weren't treated really well, and well, that's another reason to kill the hags that live here, that mutated these hounds, and actually made them suffer for no reason, and well, the crazy anger from my players, you know. Then we have actually, yeah, to the left we have a little library here, and this is where they found a magician's body, and well, there's no magician's body, so I put down a head with a little blood, and I had a few books they could read here, and one of those was how the Baron, the former owner of this fortress, used to take conquest of the entire area through his wars and everything. Then we had a little like link to Witches of the Forest, that I call them, and that is a book that describes the entire lore of hags, or how they work in D&D worlds. I actually had a link. I'm gonna put it in the comments. A link for 5e tools, where you can actually see the entire lore of it. And then a little spellbook with what spells they could use. And that's about it for the library, I think. Oh yeah, no, when they opened the book around this area, it actually opened the door here, where they could go straight down. But yeah, I'm not gonna entirely show you the way, because well, it's supposed to be like a small hole they crawl to. But they eventually ended up entirely down to in the dungeons. Then those little thingies here are supposed to be piercers. They fall from the roofs, and they try to flee from the witches and the monsters that are here. This is some sort of kind of stocking room, pretty clearly. And they could follow the blood from well, where the body was, entirely to a special location that I'm going to show you in a second. And then we have this beautiful view. Oh yeah, one little detail. One of my players in my story went from this hole to that hole, so I made it actually possible. Not really useful, but it's fun, and like when I showed him, he loved it. So yeah. I tried to add as many details as possible. And then we have a little hallway here, and there are two holes that were, well, two walls that were crumbled down, forming holes for what were they called again? Critic, yeah, the critic monsters that came out of these holes and attacked the players. And then you can keep following the blood, and eventually, well, this is supposed to be a ring. I know, beautiful ring. But well, it's an arm and a ring attached to it, of course. And the ring has it's a ring of flying, so they could fly around. And of course, a few little details every now and then. And of course, the hack. Scary, right? I know. Yeah, somebody told me I could use actual witches from Minecraft mob, like the Minecraft witch mobs in here, but honestly, too much work. This works. Then of course, what was this again? Oh yeah, they couldn't read it, but it was liquid of light. Everything you put inside of it would become be under the light spell. So shine bright light, in other words. And then we have a little garden here. I have no idea how that ended up there. What's wrong with those roses too? Gonna fix that later. But anyway, these are supposed to be. Damn it, I forgot the name. They're supposed to be a special flower. They can put in a recipe, and no, actually mushrooms I think it was. But I couldn't put mushrooms in the light, so that was a problem. So I put down these flowers. They look kind of mythical. And these mushrooms. Oof, that sound. These mushrooms are supposed to be used in that recipe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, blue ghost mushrooms. And well, of course, the two humanoid eyes. It's a pretty dark world to eventually create a sturge, and it takes some time. And every now and then they manage to get a sturge, and that's why they terrorize the areas all around just to get the human eyes. And I forgot what that was, and I have no idea why the witch is not here. There's supposed to be a witch, disappeared. I'm actually scared now. Okay, but anyway, then this is a little story of how the one of the witches had a story about the Baron, and these three witches were actually his wives, and of course they despised him. They of course didn't want to be one of the three wives, and multiple reasons. The Baron wasn't really the good guy. But anyway, this is a special closet, a lot of story behind it. And it actually fits well with the texture pack, because this was supposed to be a closet where they could put the bodies inside, and every now and then they gained powers from their warlock kind of. What's it called again? There's a demon, and he is inside their minds. In other words, that's kind of the short one. I forgot the name. If you can remind me the name in the comments, go ahead. Why not? Anyway, of course, I had to have a little secret door, and that ends up here. Yeah, I mean, here. Then, what do we have left? Yeah, we have this small room here, where there's, inside of this one, came out of this hole a giant ass critic, and this critic was, kind of scaring the players. That are, again, over here, where the blood was. And there you go, and there you go. And of course, the main hall. I just love this room. Why can't I fly? Okay, I love this room for some reason. I know. I don't know why. It just feels so elegant. But of course, this is where they eat, the witches. Of course, a little fireplace. I like how the fireplace turned out. And then, most importantly, we have this little ritual area where a Banderhop was spawned. And the Banderhop, of course, fled. They wanted to use him as a weapon, but yeah, it wasn't really controllable. So he went towards there, into the swamp. And that's the swamp from my other video where the druids place is. And then we have two more little rooms. No, one more actually, yeah. Over here, we have a little spider place. They got locked up some time ago. And were really hungry when they met the players. If they give the spiders food, they will probably flee if they let them pass. And why can't I go down? Okay. Jesus Christ, why am I stuck to that? Okay, so anyway, let's close that. What left? Oh yeah, there is a way to get there, but yeah, if you pass through here, eventually you notice you can't get towards the... Ooh, I almost made that actually. I think it's possible actually. Let me try that real quick. I'm gonna try it one time. Yeah. Nah, I just really suck at parkour. I think it's possible. Should be possible. Yeah. But anyway, where are these random lily pads coming from? I don't get it. This is supposed to be here. Okay, there. But anyway, even if you make that, of course, that one is not possible. And I really like how the bridge turned out, and with the broken, fallen down bridge. I just love that. But eventually, how to get there is through here. There's a little underground way. This was supposed to be where the kitchen was. Let me put on a light. There we go. This was supposed to be where the kitchen was, around here. But of course, everything crumbled down, didn't work out. And that opened towards a cave system. Wow. And of course, I had to have a waterfall inside the cave, because, you know, why not? And I tried to make the cave as random as possible. And eventually, even with some diorite, random things like that, eventually end up here, where the hags, if they weren't killed by the players, they eventually were able to flee here. That is honey, but not really. That's substance where the creatures, the critic, laid their eggs in. So the hive lord from the critic should be around here somewhere, probably. And of course, a lot of fishies, and I have no idea why. The hags kinda used these for a recipe, but I really don't remember what it was. I just remembered that there were a lot of fish here. But anyway, then eventually, when you continue a bit in the cave, this is where the hive lord attacks the players from the ceiling, and he has this like giant way from where he passes through. I try to like make 4 arms that look a bit scary when you look from this angle, but yeah, it's hard. It's still Minecraft. I needed real paws and things like that. A giant spider would have been cool. Imagine just a big spider coming out of that. Then, if we continue this, of course, I made a little hole here, and it's more. There's more life here, like with nature, because there's actual light coming from there. And then when we continue. Everything is easy walkable, by the way. I believe it was here. Yeah, it was here. So there was a rope here they could go down from. Yep. And yep. And eventually, guess where it's gonna end up? Oh, almost there. Almost there. And of course, it's gonna end up... Wow, this is a long way down. Whew. I don't remember it being this long. To the secret way, around here, where you could enter. And this is where the beginning of the swamp is. Like that. Ah, I just love looking at this. So relaxing. Okay, anyway. Whoa, the secret entrance. I'm not even kidding. Wait, oh yeah, it's around here, I think. Yeah, I got it. Oh, that was less secret, almost. Let's continue this way. Get up here again. Almost there. Almost there. It's so long. How did I even make this? I really don't remember it being like so long making it. Okay, what way is it? Around here. Okay, there we go. Then we just keep on going up in this little maze over here. And eventually end up at the top. Almost there. And there we go. And this is where we end up at the tower. Over here. And on this, there's supposed to be a giant, but really a giant dragon, a white dragon. And he wants his release, but there are cultists keeping him locked up here and not allowing him to leave. He's attached to a chain, and yeah, that really made him angry. even towards the players. But anyway, that was kind of my walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my creativity, I guess. And anyway, bye bye.